Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into the latest pretty significant update for Black Desert. This is all based on the official announcement from June 26, 2025.
Yeah, it's a big one. Lots to cover.
Right. So our mission today is basically to cut through all the details, help you get the most important changes, and, what they actually mean for playing the game.
Exactly. We want to pull out those key bits of info, the stuff you really need to know without you having to read every single line of the patch notes.
We'll cover the big new stuff, some quality of life things, even some technical bits.
Making sure you understand why it matters, not just what changed, from the flashy additions to those little tweaks that just make playing smoother.
All right, let's dive in. And I guess the place to start has to be the headline feature, right? The Doombringer.
Oh, yeah. Definitely the star of the show this time.
This isn't just another mount, is it? It sounds.
Yeah.
Legendary, guild exclusive, flying, something out of Prophecies.
That's pretty much it. It's called Conan in-game, and it's positioned as a real symbol of a guild's power, like ultimate power and strategy.
Okay, so not for everyone then.
No, definitely not. It's exclusively for guilds absolutely crushing it in Unlimited Conquest Wars and Rose Wars. You know, the biggest GVG battles in the game.
Hundreds of players, territory control, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly. So getting one of these signals, you're at the very peak. It feels like a new benchmark for top-tier guilds.
And the abilities sound, frankly, terrifying. Freedom to fly, okay, that's huge itself, but combat skills too.
Oh, yeah. It can breathe fire on enemies, give buffs to allies, specific skills like Sparks of Ruin for direct damage and debuffs. Then there's Flames of Hell as an AoE, knocks people down, and ignores special defense buffs.
Ouch. Ignore defense, that's nasty.
It really is. And Roar of Ruin restores Black Spirit's Rage for your allies. You know, the resource for your big ultimate skills.
For the whole team. Wow.
Right.
Okay, that's a game changer.
It really could be. Think about it. A flying artillery piece raining down fire and buffing the ground troops. It could totally shift how those big wars are fought.
New strategies, new counters needed immediately.
Absolutely. And performance-wise, it's apparently 33% faster flying than Twilight Wings, which is the fastest. Plus, better stopping, turning, more agile movement in the air, left, right, forward, back, while hovering.
So it's powerful, it's fast, it's agile. How on earth does a guild get one? It sounds like it should be incredibly difficult.
And it is. It starts with a quest, Doombringer Ancient Prophecy of Dregan. You get it from Durjif and Duvenkroon.
Okay.
But the main thing is collecting 100 Traces of Ruin. And these are not easy to come by.
100? Wow, how do you get those? Is it some insane grind?
It's tied directly to winning those top-tier wars.
Yeah.
An Unlimited Conquest War win gets you 12 Traces from something called a Sealed Crystal of Ruin.
12. Okay, so multiple wins needed there.
Right. Or winning a Rose War, which is even tougher and rarer, gets you 25 Traces.
25. Okay, so still, you need like 4 Rose War wins, or maybe 8 or 9 Unlimited Conquest wins. That's a serious commitment.
Exactly. It's reserved for guilds consistently performing at the highest level. Once you gather the 100 Traces and finish the quest, you get a Guild Doombringer registration certificate to register at the Guild Mount Manager.
Right. And once it's registered, is that it? The guild just has it forever?
No, and this is a really interesting strategic point. Each registered Doombringer only lasts for 14 days. Then it just despawns.
14 days. Okay, so guilds need to be smart about when they register and use it. Can't just sit on it.
Precisely. Adds a layer of timing and resource management. Guilds can register up to 2 at the same time, by the way. The UI's been updated for that. 2 extra slots, though you still only get 3 elephants max.
2 Doombringers at once.
That's so.
Imagine facing that. So how do you actually summon it? Especially in a war.
You need a specific guild permission first. Manage Doombringer. You set that in the guild menu.
Makes sense.
Outside of wars, you just summon it via the Guild Mount Manager, like other guild mounts. But during an Unlimited Conquest War, if you're the defending guild, there's a new guild skill called Declaration of Ruin.
Ah, a special skill just for war summoning.
Exactly. And here's a catch. Even if you have 2 registered, using Declaration of Ruin only summons 1 Doombringer.
Only 1. Okay, so you can't double up in the middle of a defense using the skill. Another strategic choice.
Right. It really reinforces its role as this decisive, potentially tide-turning asset you deploy carefully.
Okay, so that's the Doombringer. Huge news for the top end. But what about everyone else? Any new events or things to draw people in?
Yeah, absolutely. They haven't forgotten the rest of the player base. There are 4 new events starting up.
4. Okay, what do we got?
Well, first there's Senior and Junior, Double the Growth, Double the Joy. That one runs for a long time, actually. June 26th all the way to November 27th. Sounds like maybe a mentor system boost.
Long term, interesting. What else?
Then Hot Time Heidelball for a whole month. That starts June 28th, 11 p.m. Thai time, runs till July 31st. So expect some nice combat or life skill XP boosts, probably.
Nice. A whole month of hot time is always welcome?
Then there's one for life skillers. Palace Horse Delivery, Memoryless Flower by 2 Let's Go Training, June 26th to July 10th. Sounds good for horse trainer.
Double flowers, yeah, people like that. And the last one?
A summer sale Black Desert package and bundle discounts runs June 26th to July 17th. So discounts on pearls or game packages, most likely.
Standard stuff, but good timing for summer. So, yeah, a mix of things there to get people playing.
Exactly. Pretty standard for a live service game trying to engage different types of players.
Okay, but beyond the temporary events, what about more permanent changes? Stuff that affects your actual gameplay day-to-day, quality of life, system tweaks.
Yep. There's a decent chunk of that, too. Some class corrections first.
Ooh, who gets fixes?
Valkyrie, Sage, and Hashashin. Mostly small things, like fixing awkward skill connections. For Valkyrie, after Heaven's Spear on cooldown. For Sage, connecting main weapon skills after dodging.
Ah, smoothest fixes. Those can feel really good in combat.
Definitely. And for Hashashin, they removed a skill lock function from some passives where it wasn't needed. Just cleaning things up.
Gotcha. Anything else on the character front?
Yeah, quick note for seasoned players. They're giving out an extra season character creation ticket next week.
Oh, cool. So you can make another season character.
Yep. But there's a catch. If you've already made the maximum of 5 season characters across all seasons, you won't get this extra ticket.
Oh, okay. So it's for people who haven't hit the cap. Still nice for flexibility or returning players?
Right. Good for trying out a new class or catching up.
Now, this next one sounds like something people have been asking for. Item icon and description improvements.
Yes. This is actually a pretty big quality of life win, I think. Lots of players found it hard to tell buffs or items apart because the icons look so similar.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Clicking the wrong buff is frustrating.
Totally. So they've updated icons for key items like Bell's Heart and the different cons hearts. Destruction, life, protection. Easier to distinguish now.
That's great. What else?
Also for visually similar raw materials. Think different types of sugar, oils, waters, mushrooms. They should be clearer now. Even platinum ore apparently looks different from other ores.
That's huge for inventory management and crafting. Less guesswork.
Exactly. It just reduces friction. And they've also improved descriptions for processed trade goods.
How so?
They now specify which worker wrapping skills are affected. So things like metal ingots, plywood, various crop boxes, mushroom boxes, sacks, dried fish. The description should be much clearer for traders.
More clarity for the deep economic systems. That's always good. Helps people understand what their workers are actually doing.
Precisely. It makes those complex systems a bit more transparent. Oh, and a small fix. Players can now gain knowledge from certain summoned monsters in trial cups, like the greedy, evil, corrupt disciple. Good for completionists.
Right, filling out that knowledge log. Okay, what about Node and Conquest Wars? Any big changes there besides the Doombringer?
Oh, yes. Some pretty fundamental shifts here. They've swapped the territory levels between regions.
Swapped levels. How does that work?
Okay, so level 1 Node Wars, previously Medaya and Valencia, are now in Belenos and Serendia.
Okay, so the easier tier moves to the starting regions.
Right. Level 2, which was Calphian and Camasilvia, is now Medea and Valencia.
Uh-huh.
And the unlimited tier, which was Belenos and Serendia, has moved to Calphian and Camasilvia.
Whoa, okay, that's a major shakeup. Unlimited wars in Calphion and Kama, that changes the whole map strategy.
Completely. Guilds that built strategies around specific regions and their tiers will have to totally rethink things.
And does this affect participant limits or rules?
Yes, the update includes detailed breakdowns. For example, the new level 1 wars in Belenos Serendia will have a 550 APDP cap, trying to level the playing field there.
A gear cap for tier 1. Interesting.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the new unlimited tier in Calphian and Camasilvia remains, well, unlimited stats. So that's where the really high-geared guilds will likely focus.
Makes sense. Big implications for guild recruitment and strategy there.
For sure. And they've updated the Node War UI to show the territories in this new order, naturally.
Good. And one more Node War thing. Fortresses getting destroyed automatically.
Yeah, for the construction-type Node Wars. If a war ends, but a fortress is still standing, It'll now automatically be destroyed 1 hour before the next node war in that territory begins.
So no more old forts cluttering the landscape or causing confusion. Just cleans things up.
Exactly. Streamlines the transition between wars.
Okay, any other UI tweaks or system stuff?
A couple small things. For storage, when you use the the Elukita storage access via Aspercon, it now defaults to Muskan's storage.
Muskans, that's in Ulukita, right?
Yeah. And Muskan's storage is also prioritized now in the main storage UI list, and when you search for StorageKeeper NPCs, just making access in the newer region a bit more convenient.
Little convenience, nice. What else?
System-wise, they cleaned up the Black Spirit's gift box, removed old, unused categories like the Shadow Arena ranking rewards.
Yeah.
Any items in those were moved to your Heidel storage.
Yes, tidying up, good.
And here's a big technical note. This patch is quite large, around 5.58 gigabytes.
Whoa, 5.58 gigs. Why so big?
It's because they're doing a major upgrade to their sound development tools. This is actually the second phase of that upgrade.
So behind-the-scenes improvements that require replacing a lot of sound files.
Exactly. It might not sound different immediately, but it's foundational work for future audio improvements. Just be prepared for the download time.
Good heads up. 5.58 gigs is chunky. Any web stuff, website or launcher?
Yeah, some improvements there too. Notifications if someone logs into your account from a new place. Smoother navigation on the website for phone registration stuff. A fix for the adventurer profile display.
Okay, security and usability.
And something potentially really useful. A new manual button in your account history on the website to claim Twitch drops.
Oh, for when they get delayed or don't show up automatically.
Exactly. Gives you a way to manually trigger the claim if there's a hiccup. Should be helpful. Plus some other minor fixes for guild search, the payment wallet UI, and the launcher display.
Okay, looks a little polish points there. And finally, I guess the usual bug fixes and standardization.
Yep. Always a list of those.
Yeah.
Things like NPCs not disappearing correctly after quests, character appearance issues in certain cutscenes, some NPC interaction bugs, fixing weird placement of grass and rocks, some world boss padding problems, water reflection rendering issues.
The usual suspects.
Right. Fixing a bug where parties couldn't start combat correctly in Atheraction sometimes. Fixing quest displays if your PC clock was wrong.
Yeah.
Little UI alignment things. Oh, and preventing fairy skills from being used while the Pearl Shop is open. And fixing using raw sugar lumps while mounted.
Lots of small things that add up to a smoother experience. Stopping those little annoyances.
Definitely. And an interesting one, a fishing location correction.
Oh. What was wrong?
Apparently, you could catch sea fish, like sand lance, in places that clearly aren't the sea, like the Duvenkroon Hot Spring or the Yebelab Oasis.
Haha, okay, yeah, that's not right.
So they fixed it. Now you'll catch appropriate freshwater fish in those spots. Waterfall, goby, loach, bass, things like that. Just makes the world feel more logical.
Good catch. Consistency matters. And standardization?
Yeah, just cleaning up names. Some fish names made more consistent, like sole is now always yellowfin sole. And standardizing NPC titles, like ensuring someone is always called node manager or trade group manager consistently.
Again, small details, but they reduce confusion and make the game feel more polished overall. Shows they're still tending the garden, so to speak.
Right. It's that ongoing commitment to consistency.
Okay, wow. So we've really covered a lot there. We zoomed through this latest Black Desert update from the massive new Doombringer mount and what that means strategically.
Right, a whole new layer for top-tier guilds.
To critical system changes like the Node War territory swaps, loads of quality of life improvements like the icon updates, and, of course, all the necessary bug fixes and polish.
And it really highlights how even those smaller changes, like clear icons or fixing fishing spots, add up. They genuinely make the game better to play day to day.
They absolutely do. And the Doombringer, well, that's clearly going to shake up the high-end PvP scene. New tactics, new focuses for guilds.
Definitely forces adaptation.
So as you're sitting there, maybe downloading that hefty 5.58 gigabyte patch, getting ready to jump back into Black Desert, here's something to think about. How do these constant, detailed updates from the huge new features like mounts down to the tiniest UI adjustments or name standardizations, how do they keep reshaping the very fabric of this world? It's always evolving, isn't it?
It really is. Never static.
And how does that constant change invite you, the player, to rethink your own approach, your strategies, your daily routines? Does it force you to adapt rather than just settling into comfortable habits?